Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to another video with Domain Designs. So today we are going to be working on a scrunchie project, which is very simple, easy for beginners to get into. So let's get into the supplies. We're going to be using a 3.5mm crochet hook. I like this hook. It's good for me to grip with. And I got these from Hobby Lobby, this design specifically. We are also using Super Saver Red Heart yarn, and it is in Bubblegum Speckle. When I turn it, you can see that there's a blue hat on there. Don't know why. Maybe they put the wrong label on by mistake, but this is the Bubblegum Speckle, not the light blue speckle. We are also using these clasp-free elastic scrunchies to go around with the yarn. These are, you can get them from your dollar store, craft store, anywhere you prefer. But these are really good sturdy scrunchie to me, so I picked these up. So let's get into the tutorial. So first we're going to start off with making a knot. I'm going to show you how to make a knot like this. I make like a little V, go under that first line, pull through, there's your knot. So now we're going to attach our yarn to our scrunchie by going under the scrunchie like so and grabbing that knot with our hook. And we're going to pull it under the scrunchie and grab our working yarn and begin creating chains all around the scrunchie like such. So we pull that tight to make sure it's attached to our scrunchie just right, and wrap our working yarn around our finger. I hide my tails, and so I work around the tail and the scrunchie. You can work your yarn in at the end if you prefer to do that as well, but to save myself some time for like projects like this, I just work around that tail. So we're gonna keep going under the scrunchie and grabbing our working yarn, and we're gonna do single crochets all the way around the scrunchie. I forgot to mention that initially. These are single crochets. So we're going to take our hook, yarn under, pull over, pull through both loops. Okay? And you'll see the V's is what you will be working in to create your ruffles after we go around the scrunchie completely with our single crochets. These are what your V's will look like. So you yarn under, pull through 2, yarn under, pull through 2, and keep doing that around the scrunchie until your scrunchie is full of single crochets, and I'll meet you at the end. So now we're at the end of round 1, and we're going to close it off by slip stitching these 2 stitches to join the round together. We're going to go under the top of this chain one, this single crochet stitch right here, pull through both loops and pull them together. So now we're going to begin round 2, and we're going to chain 3, which will create our first double crochet. So for this round 2, we're going to be putting 3 double crochets in each stitch. So then we yarn over, go under that same stitch, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. We yarn over again, go under that same stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2. So we're going to put 3 double crochets in each stitch around, which is what creates that ruffle effect that creates the ruffle scrunchie. So I'm going to go into the next stitch over, and I'm going to yarn over my hook, go under the stitch, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and we're going to continue to put 3 double crochets in each stitch around all the way until we get around to the other side. I will see you at the end of round 2. Okay, now that we're at the end of the round, this is what it should look like. These are the last 2 stitches. So you're going to do just like usual, put 3 double crochet in those last 2 stitches. And then we are going to close it off just like we did our first round. And we're going to close it off at the top of our chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And this is what your scrunchie should look like. You can see the 3 double crochets makes it become very ruffly. And some people like to start with this 1 row and leave it like that, but I like a little extra ruffle. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said before, close off in the top of that chain 3. And that is going to close off this round. Okay, now that our round is closed off, we are going to do it like we did in round 2, which is chain 3, and that is going to count as our first double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to add 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. Make sure that you go in between your stitches on this round. I forgot to mention that, because you don't want them to have too much space on that second row of ruffles. It'll spread out kind of weird. So you go in between your stitches and not under the V, if you get what I'm saying. And you're going to add 2 more double crochets. So don't jump into it and just start crocheting like the last round. Make sure on your second row of ruffles in the scrunchie, you are going in between the stitches, not under the V. And we are going to put 3 double crochets into each stitch. So I like to show myself doing it a few times just so that people can crochet along and make sure that they catch on to what I'm doing. So you make sure you're putting 3 double crochets in between each stitch. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. And if you don't know how to do double crochets, I will have a video up soon that shows how to do basic stitches. So stay tuned for that as well. But it's 3 double crochets in between each stitch, and I'm going to speed it up and meet you back around here when we're done. And we meet again Here we are at the end of round 3. These are our last few stitches. If you went in between the stitches, it might be a little confusing, but these are the last 3 stitches that you go in, and we're going to put 3 double crochets in between each stitch, and we're going to close it off. And for the grand finale, we're going to tie off our end, cut it off, and sew it together, and you'll have a scrunchie. And this is the top of our chain 3. So to close it off, we're going to go up under that V, grab that. We're going to do a slip stitch to join, pull through that loop, and then we're going to close it off by pulling it through and pulling the yarn nice and tight, and we're going to cut that yarn, and then we're going to sew our end in. Now that we're done sewing the end in, we're going to cut that excess yarn, and your project is now complete. This is an easy and quick project. You can make a bunch of these, and you could probably make some money if you sit and just make scrunchies all day. These are an easy project, and I will have more videos coming soon, especially to teach those of you that don't know the basic stitches. I will have more to come to help you all out, because crochet is life, and I want more people to join that train. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you on the next video.